Last week we completed the stalls for the horses and they are learning to love them. This week is all about getting all of the animals taken care of for our harsh North Idaho winters. The crazy thing is we only have 2, maybe 3 days to get these projects done because we have 2 other things happening here this week. We have a crew coming that we are hosting that is going to be doing some filming here. We're not able to share with you yet what they're doing, but it has nothing to do with our channel, but still a very fun project. And we are also traveling to Montana in just 3 days to do a sit-down podcast with somebody that you are probably going to recognize, somebody that we are so excited to share with you. So we need to get to work because we have a lot to do.
So as Melissa mentioned, we got these horse stalls put into our new barn last week. Finally got the horses taken care of, so they are prepared for the harsh North Idaho winter. But Mama is in need of something as well when it comes to the horses, and that is a tack room. This is something that you have always wanted, correct?
I have always wanted a tack room. All I've ever had was like a shared little locker thing with my horses. And right now our stuff is literally scattered everywhere throughout the property, and that's not good. So this is awesome.
Everywhere. It's an absolute mess around here. Daddy's going to try to make Mama's tack room dreams once again come true.
Our other focus this week is our Clenny pipe structure loafing shed. This has been an amazing home to the horses for the past 2 years, but now that they have stalls and they are done with it, we're going to be passing it on to some of our other animals. So we need to drag this out of the pasture all the way to the back of the barn. And that's going to be quite a nerve-wracking experience. We've only ever dragged this thing a few feet, so we'll see how that goes.
And just like that, wall number 1 for our brand new tack room is in. We are doing the same process that we did last week with the horse stalls of just getting this 5/8 inch plywood put up over the existing 2x6s that made up this wall. It's going to be a 3-sided tack room in this case. We were going to build an additional wall back here to separate the room from the main part of the barn, but then we decided against it. So 3 sides it is. With this first wall, what are we going to be housing on this wall, Mama?
So this wall is going to be the saddles and maybe some of the bridles depending on the height that we hang the saddles at. We're going to keep all of our saddles pretty low because the kids need to be able to get their saddles on and off them.
Because we're all super tall.
Yeah, we're a really tall family, so we're gonna mount those at about 24 inches now. Joking. And then we did opt to keep this wall open because we're actually going to put some cross ties in here, and that way if we're able to, if the tractor's not in here, we can tie the horses up right next to the saddle, which will be very, very convenient for tacking.
There you go. Much more convenient. We have wall number 1 wrapped up. Let's bang out wall number 2, wall number 3, and this should go pretty quick.
The walls are officially done, and now the fun part. We finally get to start designing this tack room. So I think we're gonna start with the saddle racks because they're the most important part, and then we'll just kind of build everything around that.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me. The saddle racks are up, so now we are going to go into the shop and into the loafing shed and all over the property, collecting all of the different horse items that are scattered about. And then we can figure out where everything's gonna go from there. Yeah. Horse nuggets. Debbie's had to be off the nuggets for a while. She's on a diet.
There's the marshmallow roaster. I was looking for that like 6 months ago.
You were looking for a marshmallow?
Yeah, for a bonfire.
So horses are kind of like kids in that you have nothing when you first get them, and then 2 years in, you need to have a garage sale. You're wondering, what do you have? Is that a riding crop? Give me that. You want to bring that inside? We're not weird like that. I swear. Found Lexon's shoes that we pulled off his feet when we got him. We decided to keep our horses barefoot. It's just healthier for them, and if they're not walking on pavement or rocks, they don't need the shoes. So yeah, we'll find a place to hang them. His lucky horseshoes if we hang them that way. He would saddle. All right, so little stall update. When we first introduced the horses to the stall, they were both nervous. Lexon was nervous because he's never been in a really enclosed space before, so he was a little wary of that. And Debbie was worried because she's been in a stall for years and she didn't want us to close her in because I think she's gotten quite accustomed to this free roaming thing and she didn't want to get shut in the stall. So they're both a little nervous. Debbie still runs when she sees us because she's afraid to get locked in. I think she'll learn in time that we're not locking her in. She's free to come and go. And Lexon has just settled right in. He comes out in the morning now completely covered in cedar shavings, which means or pine shavings. We're using pine shavings. But he rolls in them and he's laying down and he's sleeping in here during the night. And it's just a huge relief to have this space for them because when it's really, really cold and really frosty and it's sleeting and everything or windy, I don't have to worry about them being out in the weather. And it just makes my heart happy to know that they're in here and they're warm and they're feeling secure. How many times have we broken down and rebuilt these racks?
Too many. Let's make this the last time.
Do these racks remind you of childhood? They were totally do. Every time that we moved, it was my sister and I's job to build them and unbuild them at every location.
The same ones?
Same racks.
Yeah, we didn't have those.
Hey, what do you think?
I love it.
So much more organized, huh? And look, we put the racks down nice and short for you so you can get your saddle. Awesome, huh? And then we're gonna put all the stuff on the racks for grooming and stuff. Helpful?
Yeah.
I'm excited about it too. Okay, so we got everything moved in here. We just need to hang up these 2 racks. This one's for bridles. That one is for all of my many ropes and things, and I don't know what it's for, but we're gonna get it hung up. We are very, very quickly running out of light here, so we're working as quickly as we can. This has definitely been a long day, but it looks amazing.
Is that it then? We're done for the day?
Yeah, I'll get everything organized tomorrow.
I like it. Looks good.
It looks amazing.
Came together pretty quick.
I'm really, really excited about this space. Come on, babe. Dinner. There you go. We have had a really busy day, but thankfully I have a freezer stocked full of Good Chop and I don't have to stress what to make for dinner tonight. We are making one of our family's favorite sticky teriyaki chicken wings and we are going to bake these to make them a little bit healthier. Good Chop never disappoints. They offer contact-free delivery right to our door, and the cool thing is every single order is fully customizable so we can choose the beef, chicken, seafood, and pork products that our family likes the most.
There's literally something for everyone with over 60 high-quality cuts ranging from 100% grass-fed ribeyes, flavorful T-bones, wild-caught salmon, organic free-range chicken breasts, thick-cut bacon, the list goes on and on. Unlike many other companies, Good Chop sources all of its meat and seafood exclusively from American farms and fisheries. So by choosing Good Chop, you're supporting local family farms and independent ranchers right here in the US. Good Chop sources only the good stuff, meaning all of their beef comes with no antibiotics or added hormones ever, and they actually stand behind their exceptional quality by offering a 100% money-back guarantee.
So if you are like me and dinner was just becoming a really mundane task and you were so tired of standing in the grocery store aisle staring at questionable meat sourced from who knows where, go ahead and give Good Chop a try. Just go to goodchop.com/YouTube or click the link below and use our code GSL120 to get $120 off across 4 boxes. That's $120 off across 4 boxes when you go to goodchop.com/YouTube and use our code GSL120.
Well, it's day 2. We still have a lot to do. We woke up this morning. Both of us got up in bed, looked outside, and went, oh, well, it's snowing. Unexpectedly. This was not supposed to happen, but it's beautiful to see. It's actually been a while, and we love when it snows. It's beautiful around here.
Yeah, winter is now officially here. So today we had on the to-do list to move the loafing shed, and we're still going to attempt to do that. We were already nervous about it because we've only ever moved it a few feet. This is definitely going to make it a lot more challenging.
It might help. It's actually supposed to start raining, so it's going to be a sloppy mess either way, but I think, yeah, muddy, snowy, icy, it will be moving a little more efficiently than it would have been yesterday. So we're going to move the loafing shed that the horses were using. Last time we did this, we just had to move it a few feet, and the tow strap that I was using gave out. So we had to transition to chains, which is what I should have done in the first place. We're going to make sure that we don't repeat that mistake this time, so taking the chains over. I feel like Marley from the Christmas Carol. Like I'm gonna go visit Scrooge right now.
I thought you said it was going to stop snowing.
It will. I mean, eventually it will at some point, right? Spring has to come, yeah. So this loafing shed, it's a steel structure. It's 24 feet long, 12 feet wide. It is on skids, so it should move relatively easy, especially with the snow on the ground. We have to pull this thing a couple 100 feet. Might be a little clumsy, but we'll get it there eventually. Let's see how this goes.
This makes me so nervous every time. When I woke up this morning, I was like, oh no, we can't do it. But now I'm thinking maybe Mother Nature has helped us out. As long as the tractor doesn't slip, it should actually slide better. I'm optimistic that it's a good thing that it looks like this outside.
All right, Mom, are you ready to go?
I think so.
Give this a shot. Grab the gate for me and then just holler at me if you see anything crazy happening.
You're optimistic. You're already planning to be all the way over there. I just picture this whole thing falling apart when you start going.
Don't say that. So this is working really well. The nerve-wracking part so far is that because we're on the snow, this thing's sliding and we're going slightly downhill. So it's like this thing's wakeboarding behind me, but I don't want it to catch up with momentum and inertia and have it like come cramming back into me.
Why on earth not?
It's happening though. This is working. I think we're gonna be okay.
Getting through this gate is proving to be a little bit difficult because there was no actual bracket. Even though there are skids for pulling this, there's not a bracket because they don't want livestock catching their legs on it and cutting themselves. And so we understand why there's not a bracket, but there's no central place to tie this chain off because the walls go all the way down. So we've been tying at the corners, but if we tie at the corners, we can't get through the gate because he's kind of towing the shelter off to the side. So this is going to be, we're probably going to have to switch the chain around a little bit and see if we can serpentine our way out the gate.
Oh, we're out.
Yeah, we completely destroyed the field, but we got it out. We made a mess. It'll recover.
It'll recover. I'll fix it. Hey, it helped, if anything.
Take me where the sun is shining. Watch the mist roll down the mountain. A place we can go. This time of year the leaves will change. Holds a beauty I can't explain. A place we can go.
These no-fitting trusses come back to haunt us once again. We're just gonna mow them around the property. So this is the back of the shop. That's the tiny home where we lived while we built the house. And this has become kind of our catch-all. And I'm actually really embarrassed to bring you back here because it's like all our old building wood scraps and the kids' trampoline and the rabbits and the sheep shelter they love it still, but it's half falling down. So back here is going to be a huge project to get it cleaned up, but our plan is to transition the sheep and the rabbits to the loafing shed, and that way it's contained, they're more protected, and it just looks way nicer. So that is our plan, but it's literally going to be a huge project. So for now, we're just going to get the loafing shed in place. The sheep can start to use it. It's no big deal there, but we're going to officially get them set up when we have a little bit more time.
Well, it worked out. We got it here. It's a total mess now. It's kind of like Melissa said, we definitely have some cleanup and organizing to do back here. This is our kind of our catch-all mess area here on the property. So it's nice to get this thing out of the way. The barn looks great now. We can see it from the house. It's nice to see what that finally looks like. Happy we made it here. Nobody got hurt, injured, structure still intact. So all in all, thumbs up. Good day.
Hey, I haven't seen you all day. Have you been hiding in the barn? You hiding in the barn? Got the right idea, buddy. Well, it has started to pour outside, so I should probably get in and get ready for tomorrow since we definitely have a long and really fun day ahead of us. But for the most part, the tack room is done. It's 99% done. We still have some cross ties and some little tiny finishing touches to do. But it looks fantastic. I'm so excited. I have all the first aid stuff organized. That way if we have an emergency, we know right where that stuff is. The kids know where it is. Got the treats up off the ground. The helmets are organized. All of the leads and bridles and halters aren't going to be a tangled mess anymore. They each have their own hook. We know where fly masks are. The saddles are up off the ground. They have their covers. The kids can reach them. This is going to be so helpful. I'm so grateful for the space. I keep saying that, but I'm really, really excited about it. So now I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna get ready for tomorrow. I cannot wait to show you guys where we're going, and I can't wait to share that podcast with you because it's gonna be pretty awesome. This morning we are headed to Montana, more specifically the Yak, to sit down with a couple that has inspired Jeremy and I for many years. So we're going to visit Nancy and Tom Orr. They have been featured on the show Mountain Men for the past 10 years. We know that Tom is coming on the podcast. We're not totally sure about Nancy yet, but we will see when we get there. We also brought little Eli along with us because Eli loves all things rodeo, and Tom was a rodeo cowboy for about 30 years. So Eli really wanted the opportunity to meet him, so he's hitching a ride along with us. We cannot wait to see how today goes. This is just one of those amazing things about the podcast. We get the opportunity to sit down with people that are so interesting and so inspiring and living really unique lives, and just get to know them a little bit better. So we're a little nervous. We're very excited. We cannot wait to see how today goes.
So nice to meet you, and we are very excited to do this. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You're more than welcome.
Really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
We used to come out from Illinois in the summertime and hit the rodeos around this country, and we just kind of fell in love with the country out here.
Thank you, sir.
You bet,
Tom, it was
buddy.
nice to meet you. Honored to meet you. Nance, can I give you a hug?
Yes.
Nice to meet you. Thank you so
All right.
much. Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Appreciate your time and again
No
allowing us to be
problem.
here. Seriously.
We'll be thinking of you.
guys were
We
easy.
appreciate it. Okay, I'm
You're
glad. I'm
easy.
glad. That was cool. That was a lot of fun. So nice to meet Tom and Nancy. We've watched them on TV, like I said, for so many years, and such nice, kind, incredibly gracious people. So grateful to them for their time, and just the experience that this whole podcast has really enabled for us has been amazing so far. And just we're meeting such amazing people and having such amazing conversations. Just incredibly grateful. That's my big takeaway with leaving their place. So can't wait to do it again.
Holy cow, you got Tom Ryden autographed 1975 picture. That is so neat. Did you get all your questions answered about rodeo?
Yeah.
Do you still think that might be a good idea? That really was such an incredible afternoon. They are so kind and so inspiring, and you can catch that entire conversation over on our second channel, GSL Uncut. We have a link down in the description below that will take you right to that podcast. So I hope you guys will go check it out because it was pretty incredible. So now we are going to head home because in just 2 days we have that crew arriving on our property. So that's going to be a whole nother adventure. And we are also shutting down our 4th annual pediatric cancer toy drive and fundraiser. We shut down the wish list a few weeks back, but we've kept the financial aspect open. That is only going to be open for 24 more hours. So if you would like to contribute to a family that is facing pediatric cancer this holiday season, we have all the payment information down in the description below. This week we completed a project that meant so much to us. But more importantly, we met some new friends. Friends that are in 2 very different places in this life. When that film crew arrived, they were young and hungry and just getting started with their life dreams. As they told us their stories of struggles and successes this past year, they reminded us so much of where we came from. We were so inspired by their grit and their perseverance with such a long, windy road ahead of them. But the whole time, I was also thinking back on our afternoon with Tom and Nancy. They told us their stories of the years gone by, the memories and the scars, proof of a life well lived. But most of all, they taught us that grit and that perseverance that we so admire in these young men is still very much alive in those who come out on the other end. We currently find ourselves somewhere in the middle, and admittedly, we've been feeling a bit lost. So this week, I am grateful. Grateful for new friends, and grateful that they reminded us not only of where we've been, but they also gave us so much hope for where we are going.